Tesuya Fujita, thank you for coming to Manila. Of course, Mr. Carlos, welcome. Thank you for your time. No, we wanted to ask how Isuzu is doing, and then what your outlook is. But maybe we can just begin with you first, because you were sort of like plucked out of your assignment in Mexico, and you were brought here just a few months ago.
Yes.
Maybe
yes.
tell us first, how are you adjusting to the Philippines?
Yeah.
Do you have your stuff here already? Are you still waiting for your things? Are you settled in?
Yeah. So first of all, thank you for inviting us. So they give us the opportunity to discuss about the everything. So I just arrived here at the end of January, and almost 1 month and a half. So I'm still try to settle everything, moving everything, coming my stuff. But my first impression is of the Philippines. It's everybody warm, kind, and the friendly, and good hospitality. Everybody supporting me, and also the Philippine. Everybody knows the Isuzu. Many Isuzu trucks on the street.
Yeah.
It's good. It motivates me to keep that the current Isuzu presence in the market, and also that it's more pressure for me to keep that the situation in the Philippines.
Right. I was going to ask you what Mexico was like, but you were telling me before we started that because of the pandemic, you were managing your operations there pretty remotely.
Yeah. So I had the assignment for the chairman of the Isuzu Mexico. It's just before pandemic.
Yeah.
So it's during the pandemic. I tried to be there, but unfortunately we will not be able to there. We haven't been there. So due to the pandemic. So I stay in the Japan and then remotely manage the Mexican business with our Mexican colleagues.
Right.
So then after 1 year, but unfortunately I had another appointment assignment, so I missed the Mexico. But
So the Philippines is sort of like Mexico. We
it's
have a lot
based-
of words
Yeah.
that are borrowed from Spanish, and
the
the culture is very similar.
based on the Spanish cultures, and sometimes I feel that Spanish and the Tagalog is some similar. Sometimes
Lots of
similar.
similar, yes.
Uno, dos, tres, and pero or something like that.
So this is really your first assignment since the pandemic. That's sort of like normal,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But it's been very difficult for Isuzu and the other car manufacturers in the Philippines, because before the pandemic we had the volcano eruption that impacted you and many others, and then we had the pandemic that was unprecedented. But are you optimistic now that we are back on track? What's your sense?
So I think now, as you know, that the economy, everything, the recovering from the impact of the pandemics now, right? So I think our industry also hitting the high volume, high market demand in the last year. It's about 360,000 units the demand in the vehicle industry.
Total. Yeah. That's a good rebound, right?
Yes. Almost almost achieved before the pandemic, but still not.
You're
fully.
not yet
Not
back.
yet,
Okay.
but it's a good pace to come back
Okay.
to that level.
Okay.
But in the commercial truck, just on the truck,
Yeah.
no LCV pickup and the SUVs, still truck
It's slower.
still slower than the the passenger side.
Okay.
So, but now its economy is coming back as well. So we're expecting to come back, soon in the truck market, truck segment as well.
Okay. And what are some of the opportunities that you see this year for the Philippines? Because they're, we're projected to grow despite the global slowdown. So that's one. There are a lot of external challenges for the country, but we also just signed the RCEP. I mean, are you optimistic about the Philippines this year? Are you cautious, or are you other something else?
Yes, as I said, as I told you that we are recovering from the pandemic
Yeah.
impact. So now we are looking at the increase of the market demand, market size
Yeah.
from the last year, less than 10%, or achieving 400,000.
For the
400,000 total.
Yeah.
We are expecting to increase the economic spending with the family with for the MPVs and the SUVs,
Okay.
more passenger and the more the such a SUV type of the vehicle.
Right. The family.
Yes,
vehicles.
family vehicles.
Yeah.
And they became more practical. The pickup trucks, the as for the more versatile the vehicles. They can use for the both family use and the commercial use, business use. So so we're expecting the more in the pickup trucks in the segment as well.
What about the commercial side? What's your sense this year? You said that's the one that's lagging behind.
Yeah. But we had our government is already announced the many project like PUV modernization program, and so we Isuzu as a leading company truck manufacturer, we are already have the participate in that project, and also we have some the different class of the PUV model lineup, and align with the new PUV standard. So I'm expecting that PUV the segment sales more. And also we are watching about we are carefully watching about for the roadmap for the Evita, Electric Vehicle Industry Development Act.
Yeah.
Yes, we are waiting for the clear roadmap for that from the government. So that will the impact will be huge impact in our industry.
Sure.
And also that could be an opportunity.
Sure.
Sometimes it could be a challenge.
Yes.
But still we are waiting for that the roadmap.
Yeah. Are you looking at any particular challenge as a concern? For example, inflation is still very high. There's still volatility in the fuel prices. Of course, all related to what's going on in Eastern Europe, in Ukraine. Is there anything that you're looking at, that may have an impact on your business here in the Philippines?
Yes. This is not only for the Philippines, but also the worldwide.
Yeah.
The many uncertainty in the it is such a the geopolitical situation, and also inflation due to that come from that the geopolitical Russian and Ukraine and issue, and also this kind of nobody knows it.
Yeah.
But if we think about, if we consider about that area, so we cannot do it. Just say protecting, not moving forward.
Right.
So we have to prepare that something happen.
Yeah.
So but at this point we are focusing on that in a more positive way. With the current situation, not much negative.
Right. We can't control it anyway.
Yeah. So, but we need to prepare something.
Yeah. But do you think, for example, inflation, do you think that will, you said you're looking at a 10% increase for the industry. Could it be higher if inflation was under control, you think? Or 10% is already a healthy growth rate for the industry?
No, it's, the last year, it's a spike. the inflate
Yeah.
slightly. But now it's getting slow.
Okay.
So I'm a little bit optimistic about
Okay.
that. So, but our concern is the increased cost of our product. Everything, materials, labors,
Yes.
everything increasing.
Yeah.
So now, but our main product is a commercial truck.
Right.
It's we are supporting our customers' business.
Right.
Customers is making the profit from our is our product, our trucks
Right.
in their business. So our challenge, we are trying to offer their customer, the low cost
Right.
operation and
Yeah.
the low cost of product with high quality. So I
Right.
mean, keep doing that. I mean, it's huge impact, but still we need to have. We cannot avoid that, 100%. So we
Sure.
still keep making effort, keep making effort for the cost reduction activity,
Right.
more efficient operation, production, manufacturing operation, and also the sales side, to looking for the more cost reduction, something
Right.
to minimize the impact of the inflation in our product.
Right. And how can you do that? Is it a matter of maybe sourcing more inputs from the Philippines rather than bringing them in, or does it still matter because we have the AFTA and then now we have RCEP? I mean, what are you doing just to be competitive in the pricing aspect?
Yes, I think that nothing to nothing to realize quickly. So,
Right. Right.
So I mean, we'll check the whole process.
Right.
Checking checking everything from the scratch, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
if we find even the small things,
Yeah.
okay, let's do it, and the build up.
Right.
That, as you can imagine, that's a Japanese typical traditional Japanese way to saving the cost and something.
Yeah, yeah.
We're back to the
Very efficient.
back to the or how can I say, the start point.
Right,
And-
right,
and-
right.
And we'll do our best we'll check again.
But in terms of your operations, you said the sales were very good last year. They're not yet there, but they're almost back to where we were before. But could you tell us about the experience of Isuzu during those difficult 2 years of the pandemic? How did Isuzu cope? I know you were still new in your assignment here in the Philippines, but maybe tell us what you were briefed, right? How did Isuzu get over those challenges? First the volcano, and then the 2 years of the pandemic. Many months were in severe lockdown, right? Are you back to capacity? I mean, in terms of people, operations.
Yes. From the pandemic, or previous challenge, such a volcano,
Yeah.
we need to take action. We needed to take action.
Yeah.
It's a almost new experience for us.
Yeah.
We need to find the best way to react those kind of the things.
Yeah.
I think during that period, it's a huge challenge for everybody.
Yes.
But now we come over that, the difficult, challenging situation. Now
Yeah.
we having the more capacity to react that the coming against the new things coming.
Yes.
So I mean that is the good things, positive things for us.
Yeah.
I don't have the specific example, but I think that we have been more stronger than if we compare to the before the pandemic or such a challenges.
But let me put it another way. With your 10% growth outlook, is that enough for you to? Are you looking at hiring more people, or are you looking at just maybe maximizing your present staff right now?
So as I told you, currently with everything inflated, so our mission is to minimize the cost increase.
Right.
So during that period, we need to focus more efficient way of the work.
Okay.
So that is our first step,
Okay.
first challenge, priority.
And then you mentioned earlier the PUV. This is the program to modernize the jeepney, right? How excited are you with that program, and what are the opportunities you see for Isuzu?
Yes, I know it's government trying to do fast implement that, but
Right.
it's still some
Yes, there's some political.
depend on the province and then
Yeah.
regions. So, but I think that the good direction, clear direction, and good for everybody. The more modernized, more convenient, and the comfort. The transportation. If you compare the Japanese, I
Right.
know that the Japanese are cheaper in the
Yes.
history of the
Yes.
history of the Philippines, and but if we can do it and we can provide the better, the solution, the from now the current transportation way, it's gonna be I think we like to support that way
Right.
with our products.
Yeah.
So I mean I think we can be do our best to provide the good quality product, and also the good after sales service support
Uh-huh.
with them.
Yeah.
That the new vehicle will be expensive for the such a
Yes.
jeepney operators kind of one. So I mean, it's gonna be challenge for them.
Yeah.
So, but our product from the product supplier point of view, so we need to keep maximize the operation.
Right.
Uptime. We call it uptime.
Yeah.
Not minimize the stop time
Right.
of the trucks and the buses.
Right.
That is our mission. So we're trying to do support to
Right.
them, customer, maximize uptime for the vehicle,
Right.
minimize the downtime. The
Yeah.
vehicle.
And so that means for the drivers of those,
Yes.
less maintenance costs.
Yes,
Right.
less maintenance
Probably
costs.
more income.
Yeah. And also some preventive maintenance.
Yes.
The
Safety
Yeah.
also.
it's a broken on the road. That
Yeah.
may be most the
Yeah.
most difficult situation in
Yeah.
our customers.
Right.
To avoid that situation, sometimes we probably need the preventive maintenance, like
Yeah.
not before blocking that some
Right.
parts.
Right.
We need to replace that to
Right.
avoid the stop on the road.
Right.
So that is the challenge. But that is the area OEM, our manufacturer, have the huge data for that such a product parts. How many miles? How many how much? How where of the
Right.
use of the truck.
Yeah.
Based on that, our data, we'll try to make the such kind of the after sales
Yeah.
the program to
Yeah.
the provider offering the customer.
Yeah. Do you have a PUV program already? I mean, are you developing one or?
We already have it. So
Okay.
who is we providing the chassis? It's a base chassis, and then
Okay.
our partner will put on the bus body on top of our
Okay.
chassis. So this is not only for us, but also with a partner,
I
with a
see.
bodybuilder.
So, what can you talk about that a bit? I mean, what's the capacity?
20.
Yeah, if I may, currently we have three options
Okay.
because the government is requiring three class. So class
Okay.
1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
So we already have design for that and it is already available in the market. Like the class 1 is we're offering the platform to be used is the Travis.
Travis.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's good for the short distance like
Okay.
urban area. And then we have the class 2. Class 2 is we are using our NLR,
Okay.
N series truck. Class 2 means you are sitting side facing.
Okay.
Yeah.
The class one, it's like a regular,
It's still
like a regular car. You all face up front or
also side facing.
also side facing.
Yeah. But the like a regular car or like a minibus is the class 3,
I see.
which is like an inter-province.
That's a bigger capacity.
Yeah. So we are working with the government and coordinating with the jeepney cooperatives with regards to the requirements so we can offer the best or the most practical modern PUB for them,
Right.
just for their requirement.
Right. And the financing, of course, you have you're helping you have your own financing, right? Is that something that you guys could talk about as well, or?
Actually, the PUB is they are authorized financing partners from the government.
I see.
Yeah, yeah. So
So that's where the government support comes in.
yes.
Okay, I see it. So hopefully that will change soon. Are you gonna have the horses on the hood like the same colorful design? So are you looking at also maybe for that class of vehicles? Are you looking at just the Philippines, or are you looking at maybe possibility of exporting? Because I know in the past they were talking about maybe the AUVs, right?
Yeah.
Being exported, say to
Mm.
I think can't remember if it was Vietnam or some other country, but
As I told you, the bus is the mainly for our responsibility is the chassis,
okay,
and the engine, the powertrain, and the chassis, frames.
yeah,
So the bus body is updated by the partners bodybuilders. So I mean bus, it's a challenge in the bus business is the regulation. Each country, each market has a different
Ah.
regulation.
Ah.
Not only the vehicle, but also the bus body side. So I mean
I
it's
see.
quite challenging.
What about the right hand and left hand?
Yeah.
That's another.
And also the safety features,
Yeah.
something that it's quite challenge for the export
yeah.
the bus body, the
Yeah.
bus complete vehicle to
Yeah.
outside the market country.
Well, for Isuzu, how are you looking at? I'm sure you're not just looking at Philippines. Right? Isuzu has probably a regional strategy, right?
Mm.
Where does the Philippines fit in that in that strategy?
Mm. At this point, the Isuzu basic policy is the each market company is the focus on the own market.
I
That's
see.
the first.
Okay.
But as you may know, that Philippines we have the Isuzu Auto Parts Manufacturing, the company in the next to the IPC office, IPC
Right.
plant.
Right.
So they assemble the transmission
Right.
for the pickup.
Right.
They export to Thailand
I see.
for the. I think that is the one of the the strategy. Some component
Mhm.
may assembled in the with the cheaper cost.
Right. Right.
And then keep good quality.
Right.
So I mean but at this point in time, so not much drastic, aggressive plan in the
Yeah.
Isuzu.
Yeah.
We keep doing and keep
More of a
reduce
country
the-
strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just ask one more question. I forgot to ask about the PUV program. You've been mentioning after sales, right? So can you elaborate on that a little bit, because that's going to be now, if the government program is successful, that's now something that the new jeepney drivers will have, right? Whereas before there was really no such service, and then as you said, they end up breaking down
Mhm.
on the road, which is not only impacting the income of the
Yes,
driver,
right,
but also
right.
makes the traffic
Yes.
already
Mhm.
worse, right?
Mhm.
So can you talk about that after sales service that Isuzu is offering for this program?
Yeah. At this point, as I told you, the preventive maintenance program, something, and also the probably we need to prepare something about the on-road service and on-road service or some the on-site service or something
On-site.
service. The for the it's a best scenario if we can provide the 24/7
Yeah.
service for them on site.
Yeah.
At this point, that it's depend on the dealer.
Yeah.
Some dealer will providing that kind of the service, but
Yeah.
not nationwide. So
Yeah.
I mean, our challenge will be expanding that service the nationwide.
Right.
And to add, of course, our usual support, we do some trainings for our drivers. And then also, if they're already using our vehicles, we provide health report for for the vehicle, so we can monitor how are their driving habits,
Right.
so we can inform them how to improve to maximize the efficiency. And also, in terms of parts, spare parts, we have multiple options. We have genuine parts, we have best value, we have select parts. Those are that will really cater for their requirement. And the on-site is really a good proposal for them. As you know, these cooperatives are parking their cars on their like area.
Right.
Yeah, so
The road.
yeah, on their one compound, the jeepney cooperative. So if we will bring our mechanics there, one-time PMS of their cars, so very convenient for them.
How receptive are they when you talk to them? I mean, are they excited or are they just? What's your sense? Are they just forced to comply because there's this new law? But are they, because obviously there are upsides, as you said, right?
Yeah.
Better service, more running time, right? Possibly more income. Are they receptive when you talk to them about this program, or you sense that they have to talk to you because that's the new trend of the government?
Yeah, fortunately, they are really cooperative with us. So,
Okay.
what?
Which it makes sense, right?
Yeah. Because they understand, as Fujita-san mentioned, so the opportunity loss for a breakdown of a vehicle will
Right.
really disrupt their operation and will create opportunity loss.
Right.
So, if we are convincing them and we are explaining them the benefit of having a more convenient vehicle, more safer vehicle,
Preventive maintenance.
yes, and they, surprisingly, they really appreciate the
It should
program.
make business sense, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so the only challenge, I think, is the financing, which is where the government should step in, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about the Evita, because you mentioned that also, because you said you were excited about that. You're referring to the government incentive to uh, import hybrid and electric vehicles. What are some of the things that Isuzu is looking at?
Yes. So yes, still we will be waiting for the roadmap, but we are studying the some opportunity and what we need to prepare for
Yeah.
that electric vehicle. So I think that, as you may know, that Isuzu Motors Limited Japan, just launched the new light duty truck and the medium duty truck in Japan. So I mean that Isuzu Motors Limited, IML, is just the included the battery electric vehicle truck
I see.
in that new lineup.
Interesting.
Yeah, and firstly they launched in Japan, but we had a lineup now.
Okay.
So, but still, it's depend on the market. Like infrastructure,
Right.
Infrastructure. I mean, it's not only for the charging station, but also the carbon neutrality point of view. How
Okay.
we can provide, how the government or country provide enough electricity
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
source
Yeah.
of the power
Yeah.
for the full high volume
Right.
lot of the EV.
Yeah. It doesn't work if there's a brownout, right?
Yes, right. It's not real carbon neutrality. So I mean that the challenge for the government and not only for our manufacturer, it's for the government side. So for this is the infrastructure and also especially for the truck,
Okay.
commercial truck.
Okay.
It's as like truck is the tool for making the profit in the customer business,
Okay.
right? So I mean, the steel battery cost is high,
Okay.
expensive.
Okay.
The high cost, high price big truck.
Right.
How we can depreciate that the
Yeah.
cost? It's much more longer than if you compare to the current diesel model.
Right.
So I mean, if we have more, if we can expect the more lower cost of the battery, so we can have more opportunity to
Yeah.
the expanding the truck heavy, and also the truck, the battery, it's heavy component, heavy equipment, right?
Okay.
The truck need to load the goods.
Right.
Okay. How much of the capacity, payload capacity,
Right.
that's the important one.
Right.
So if we put the heavier battery, it's less payload capacity.
I get you.
Customer want to have the more mileage.
Sure, sure.
It means that need more bigger, and heavier battery.
Right.
But less capacity.
Yeah.
That is the trauma. That is the
that's a
challenge for us.
trade-off,
The
yeah.
trade-off situation.
Yeah.
So this is especially for the commercial truck area with EV trend.
Right.
So how we can overcome that,
What's your sense in terms of the development of the battery technology? Do you think that the solutions will come soon, because there's been rapid, development there as well? But from your end, I'm sure you're keeping an eye on.
Yeah, I think the technology for the battery is moving forward quickly. I think I think it still takes time.
Okay.
It's balance between the cost. If we pay a lot of the cost, if you pay it up, we can have the fixed battery or something much better performance battery, the different technology. But we already have some better technology for the battery, but still the cost is high.
I see.
So technology is moving forward, but cost side also the another point of view. We need
the coming down as fast.
The acceptable cost.
Yeah.
As I told you, especially in the commercial truck.
Yes. Does that mean that maybe it makes better policy to look at maybe some intermediate technology, like maybe hybrid?
Yes.
Is that the solution for now, or is there something else that we should be looking at?
I think that it's dependent on customer's business and for the truck, as you may know, that last mile delivery.
Yeah.
It's there just the daily operation is just 100 kilo per day.
Okay, it's no problem. Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
And it's a small goods, small cargo, not heavier. So a smaller battery capacity is okay for them. And daily operation, not outside. It's they can manage the charging place and something daily operation.
Right.
Just stop and come back to the charging station, and then easy to manage the EV operation.
Yeah.
And and also the battery size, smaller battery size mean the lower cost if we compare to the long distance trucks.
Right.
So it's such a last mile delivery with the smaller trucks gonna be more opportunity to EV.
Okay.
The first step.
Okay.
But the more medium heavy duty truck,
The long haul
trucks,
long range.
it takes more time. But we may have some other option like FCV, a fuel cell vehicle.
Okay. Fuel cell.
Fuel cell.
Does Isuzu have?
No, we don't have it. But we had a partnership with Honda.
Okay.
So alliance with Honda.
Okay.
Was the under development the heavy duty truck with the Honda fuel cell unit.
Actually, still going back on this topic, I had a chance to talk to Secretary Pascual in another interview, and I was asking him about the possible harm for importing electric and hybrid CBUs, right? So, my point was, shouldn't they be encouraging CKD, right? So that to help you guys, but he was saying that will help maybe the installation of more charging station and the other infrastructure. But what would make better policy for you? 100% duty-free CBU or 100% duty-free CKD, or doesn't matter? Because there are other issues, as you said, right? Like the electrification of the country, right?
So it's my point of view, my opinion. The current diesel, the IC internal combustion engine, and the powertrain is more mechanical, right?
Okay.
It's some skill and some skill and the experience to proper assembly process or something.
Okay.
More the more skills to assemble with the enough quality. But battery EV, it's more or less more component. Just put the battery.
Right.
Just connect the harness.
So
much easy to assemble.
yeah,
Not much benefit for the local assembly.
so no jobs.
Not much jobs.
Yeah, that's the problem, right?
Yes, of course. We we'll look for the more lower cost
Right.
the vehicle for the trucks and the vehicle. So, but it's a completely different. We need to get different view for the
Yeah.
manufacturing side as well.
Yeah. Is there anything else maybe that the government should be looking at maybe to help manufacturers like you? Because sometimes the problem in the past is that they, for example, they had the cars program that help you manufacture here, then they give duty-free imports. Sometimes it's not consistent, but we have a fairly new government now. It's not yet a year old. Is there something that they could look at to help you, not maybe just boost your business, but maybe hire more Filipinos?
Mm. So now if we can support that the government way and for the Philippine the country economy, so we need to look for that in a way for the
Yeah.
hiring the more people. But not only for the manufacturing, maybe we need to find more the digitalization or some more software side. We need more specialists for the electric area,
Right.
including the autonomous,
Yeah.
the auto driving.
Yeah.
It's the new area for us. So
Yeah.
if we can have more, skilled person,
Yeah.
you can hire more.
But Isuzu, you have a school,
Yes,
right? You have
in
in
the
partnership with Tesla.
Tesla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's been around for several years. How is that? What's
Yes.
the update on that?
Yes, still we keep going. That we just keep supporting.
Okay.
We are continue to support that
Right.
the Tesla. And now, recently during the pandemic, so Isuzu engineer support them with remotely.
Right. Right.
So we had teaching them some
Yeah.
some classes
Yeah.
from the Isuzu engineer, Isuzu specialist for them in the remote basis. But now they come back.
Okay.
Now they are planning to come that school face to face, maybe in May and June.
But you're talking about government support. Is that the solution? More public-private partnership like you did with Tesla Isuzu? Is that something that can be scaled or replicated in other parts of the country, or should they be doing something else?
At this point, we just keep that the current way,
Okay.
this way. So, but we may need to think about some different ways to how to educate
improve it.
different area, different skilled,
Okay.
like an EV. So even the Isuzu, it's still the challenging to have the more knowledge and experience for the
Right.
battery technology.
Right. Talking about cars in general, what do you think the future will be like for the auto industry? Because there's a lot of disruption going on. For several years, there's these developments or this autonomous vehicle development. There's so many changes on the technology side going on. I was wondering if you can talk about maybe how you see or how Isuzu sees the future, and what Isuzu's role will be.
So as you know, the Isuzu is the strong Isuzu had the strong diesel manufacturer,
Yeah.
internal combustion engine company.
Yeah. That's your competitive advantage.
Yes, but in the current one, currently we have facing the case CASE, the case and connectivity. A, the autonomous,
Uh-huh.
S, the sharing, the E, electrification.
Okay.
Everything is new for the traditional vehicle manufacturer.
Yeah.
So Isuzu, your area is our main product is the trucks, right?
Okay.
As I told you, that the truck is different from the passenger manufacturer.
Right.
We need to think about some different way from the passenger area.
Yeah.
So, but I think, but we have to adapt that trend. We had some alliance with the different partners. As I
Yeah.
told you, Honda. With
Yeah.
Honda, we had the developing with the heavy duty fuel cell vehicle technology. So, and also the Cummins, the Cummins engine in
Mhm.
the US. So we had the partnership with them for the more focus on the current diesel engine.
Okay.
We are now sharing the the technology, and the bigger one is for Cummins, the smaller one is for Isuzu. It's for the still one of the option. Diesel
Yeah.
is one of the option.
Yeah.
It's a long future, maybe
Yeah.
not, but
Yeah.
in the until the bridge until that the new powertrain vehicle come
Yeah.
until coming then. So we still the diesel is one of the option.
Yeah.
So with the partnership with the Cummins, and also the Volvo. We had the
Volvo.
Volvo trucks, not the
I
Volvo
see.
passenger, Volvo
Okay.
trucks. Isuzu
A
had the
commercial.
strategical partnership with the alliance with the Volvo.
I see.
So we are touching with the Volvo technology. They are the champion of the heavy duty truck industry. They have a lot of the knowledge and the technology. But heavy duty also much different from light duty trucks.
Right.
It's a more advanced the connectivity and and also the more the electric vehicle,
Uh-huh.
the fuel cell vehicle. So I mean, we had the strong relationship, partnership with the Volvo. We
That's
have the
interesting.
opportunity. Isuzu have the opportunity to touching with the the technology. So Isuzu is now it's the and also the Toyota.
Toyota.
Yeah, Isuzu also the partnership with Toyota. It's a connect and a sharing or connectivity that the area of the working together with the Toyota.
That's interesting.
At this point in Japan, they focus on Japan, but we called CJPT. We have the joint venture company in Japan. Commercial, I forget the name, CJPT.
Like
Like a-
a truck manufacturer.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. With Toyota. Huh?
Yeah, Toyota, Hino, Isuzu, and
Hino.
also Suzuki and the Mazda as well.
Okay.
So for the truck side, Isuzu and the Hino, but the light commercial side, Suzuki and the Mazda, they have the smaller,
Yeah.
smaller trucks, and so I mean,
So if I'm understanding correctly, we're not going to see the disappearance of the diesel powertrain for what do you think? Maybe one generation, two more generations? How long do you think will that be, useful?
I mean I don't know the specific period, but
Hard to predict the future.
yeah.
But you're confident, and it seems like
But to answer that question, it's very hard to answer for now. But as what we have mentioned, we just launched our new N series and F series trucks in Japan,
okay.
and the ideology for that is we let the customer to choose their future.
Right.
As mentioned by Pujita-san,
Giving them an option.
yes, we're not only focusing on EV, but on other ways to create sustainability and to help the environment protocol. So we let customers to choose because commercial vehicles and trucks is really different scenario. Yeah, this is their profitability.
Yeah.
Mm.
But my last set of questions, R&D. What's Isuzu working on in terms of research and development? What are you looking at? You mentioned a while ago fuel cells might be an option in the future as well. But is Isuzu working on anything that you can share with us? That's not a secret.
As I told you that we are doing broadly, not only for the EV,
Yeah.
the FCV with the Honda or some as a and the Toyota as well. And Toyota also have the FCV units in the cell. Through the partnership, the alliance we're working together with them for the such a new some options for the new powertrain for the trucks. Hydrogen as well.
Yeah. Right. Just the background. So, what percentage of your business are you working on commercial versus passenger? Uh, is it majority commercial, or what's the share
Now
here in the Philippines?
60% of the commercial and 40% for the SCV side, passenger,
I
but
see.
middle in the pickup.
Yeah, light
Ah,
commercial vehicle. We call it
okay.
LCV and
So
CV.
there's an overlap.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then in terms of the business, how much of the sales are still generated by Metro Manila as opposed to, let's say, outside of Metro Manila, Cebu, Visayas?
What do you have the
Yeah. Majority still for the NCR Luzon
Yeah.
side.
Yeah. I think in the industry, it's like something like 60%
Yeah,
Metro Manila. Is that consistent with what you?
almost.
Almost?
Yeah.
And are you looking at maybe new opportunities outside Metro Manila, maybe to expand your dealer network in Visayas, Mindanao? Is that something that you're looking at?
Actually, next week we have a visit in Mindanao area.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are really expanding and visiting customers to get their requirements on how we can help them to provide the practical, economical transport and business solution for them.
Because a good thing, from the past administration that's continuing with this administration is that there's a lot of development on roads, bridges. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I would think that's what's needed really to help manufacturers like you.
so the to realize the high level the after sales support.
Yeah.
So we still need more service facility. Of course, we need the more sales function in the
Right.
outlet, but we need more the after sales
Right.
facility.
Right.
So I mean, we're trying to set the we call 2S. Most of the dealer outlet is mainly for the sales for the vehicle,
Right.
but now sales and after sales parts
Right.
we call the 3S dealers.
Yes.
Okay.
But now we focus more after sales, 2S, service and the parts.
Right.
So it's two. And it's more, this is our challenge to
Right.
set up these one. And where is the location we need to the
Right.
after sales?
So for those watching this, is there a particular area where you need them the most? Maybe if I apply to you in Metro Manila, there's too many already. But maybe if you apply to you in say Dumaguete or something, where are you looking at?
At this point, I don't have the idea. So maybe
Yeah.
our team.
Actually, there's
now.
still a lot of areas that we are
It's open.
Yeah, that's open. Yeah.
Okay.
We have 48 dealers. Actually, by ratio,
148.
48.
48.
48 only. By
Okay.
ratio, that's relatively small
Okay.
compared with our area. Yeah.
Okay. And then
So-
you're looking at Mindanao for a visit. Does that mean you're looking at?
No, just the regular fleet visit
I see.
to our
I see.
customers. Actually, our target for our iOS program is to hit 50.
Okay.
So we have
For this year?
Maybe not this year.
Okay.
This year.
Okay.
Because setting up dealership is also you need to consider a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but we are going there. We are
Okay.
continuously talking with investors or partners, or where we can tap areas that are really beyond.
Right.
We cannot reach out for now.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you like to talk about? Maybe any big plans for Isuzu Philippines this year? I know last year was a big year for you. 25 years, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken. In the Philippines, congratulations for that.
Thank you.
But anything big for this year, for 2023, or maybe next year?
So this year, so we just going the same way with the same direction, just
Yeah.
following same direction.
Yeah.
I mean the following the Murakami-san, my
Yeah.
previous IPC previous
Yeah.
president, and also the Koso-san,
Yeah.
long years IPC president. So I just follow that direction. We'll focus more, to support the customer.
Yeah.
And also the sustainable business, like as I told you, as you may know that we IPC have the solar panel on the plant.
Yes.
So we already installed and we started that solar generate the electricity. We started using that from the end of last year, beginning of this year. So it's a challenge and road to progress.
Road to
Road to
progress.
Vision on our 25th anniversary.
I
Yeah.
see. Well, I hope you have a long and productive assignment here in the Philippines. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you.